Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2018 general readings. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. As always, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, your support and feedback, and those of you who continue to follow my YouTube channel, and also to my regular and new clients as well for continuing to keep me so busy with personal readings. If any of you are interested in scheduling a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button for more information and my contact details. Turnaround time is pretty fast for personal readings because I do readings full-time 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. I do readings in just about every main area of your life, including look ahead 6 and 12 month overviews as well. You can find my contact details there. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. And for those of you who are just looking for quick answers to a quick question or two, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. You can find that link in my email info by clicking on the About button on my channel's homepage, and it's also attached to all the descriptions to the description of every video that I post. The Instantgo, finding me on the Instantgo app, it's a smartphone app. My link is on this channel as well. It's for if you're not looking for to schedule a personal one-on-one reading. That's the more traditional, intensive, in-depth look. Maybe you just have a quick decision you need to make on the fly, or you just have a relationship, or just anything you want. You're looking for, you have a quick question or two, you just need a fast answer. You can contact me more quickly, sometimes almost immediately on that app. You can choose a one question, one answer option, or you can open it up for a little reading via chat. They also have a video chat option as well. So it's just a more immediate way of getting a hold of me for just really quick answers to quick questions, unless I'm otherwise occupied or sleeping, of course. So check those out if you're interested, and give me either email me or find me on that app. So moving right into this reading. This is for the water sign of Cancer, Cancer the Crab, for February 2018. Forgive me if I sound a little raspy and squeaky and froggy. I'm just at the very tail end of a bad cold bronchial thing. It's the season here. Half the people I know are down with something. So we're looking at the month of February 2018 for Cancer. And these are general readings, so make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. They may resonate a little more predictively. And just watching all three can give you additional insight. Okay, Cancer, let's see what February 2018 looks like for you. We begin with the Tower, accompanied by the Ten of Cups. We have the Chariot, followed by the Sun. Wow. We have the Nine of Wands, followed by the Empress. And towards the end of the month, we have the Six of Wands, followed by the Eight of Wands. And your overall energy and guidance for the month is Temperance. It looks like a pretty significant month for you, Cancer. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards out of 9, so a little over half. Significant and profound energy and guidance with the major arcana cards. Now, it looks like there's going to be some major changes, perhaps some upheavals, some major changes in your home and family life, or connected with home and family. It looks like there's an event because we begin the reading, we begin the month of February. I am recording these in the last week of January. We begin with the Tower and the Ten of Cups. A lot of people kind of get a little freaked out when they see the Tower because it's often a card of dissolution, of dissolving, of an event occurring that often brings something to an end in a very unexpected way, which, change always comes accompanied with its own challenges. It's the first card that came out, and since I am recording these at the end of January, for some of you Cancerians, maybe even for a lot of you Cancerians, this could be something that occurred, in the last part of January, towards the end of January, and it's something that you're dealing with. So a major event, changes are coming, major changes are coming, which typically are permanent. It could be the ending of something. It usually does represent the dissolving or ending of something, and it's accompanied by the Ten of Cups, which is another card of something coming to a culmination or achievement phase, because that's what what tens represent cycles ending, something coming to a close, a major chapter, so that you're transitioning into something else. In the upright position, which this is in, the Ten of Cups is often called the happy home card, the happily ever after card. It's a card about home and family and the fulfillment of all your emotional contentment, feeling like things are really coming together, particularly in your home and family life. It can represent marriage, children, childbirth, pregnancy, etc. You do have the Empress in this reading as well, which is a card of fertility, and it can sometimes represent literal fertility. So this life-changing event, which is a connection to home and family, some of you may have recently found out or are finding out that you're pregnant. It's very unexpected, but it's a blessing as well. And I say that because, you know, a lot of times when the tarot comes up, it represents the ending of something which a lot of people find challenging or negative or painful at the time. And it represents something which is changing outside of our control. So the challenge, the key to understanding and utilizing ending cards that have this kind of major energy like the Tower is an understanding that whatever change is occurring is meant to. It's for our greater joy and our greater fulfillment and blessing, even if at the time it does present, you know, some challenges as well. However, looking at the rest of your spread, Cancer, particularly because it's paired with the Ten of Cups in the upright, all the cards are in the upright. I mean, the next one is the Chariot and the Sun. It looks like for a lot of you, not all of you, but for a lot of you, whatever this major event is in connection with home and family, is a real positive blessing, even though it's coming very unexpectedly. It could be that you may be moving. Again, some of you may be finding out you're pregnant, giving birth. You may find out that you're moving unexpectedly. There may be, you know, a marriage proposal or a wedding out of the blue. Some of you, it may be a more challenging or at the time perceived as a negative change around your home and family, but because the rest of your reading is so lovely and bright, I'm feeling like for a lot of you, although again, changes, however we perceive them at the time, come with their own challenges. I think for a lot of you, this change in your home and family environment is going to really turn out to be a blessing for you, a blessing for all of you, regardless of how it occurs. Now, next to that, we have a very powerful combination of cards, really, really beautifully powerful. We have the Chariot and the Sun. I really like to see the Sun in the same spread with the Tower because, you know, again, the Tower card holds a lot of fear for a lot of people because it represents unexpected changes coming in outside of our control that are often viewed as very challenging at the time. Particularly in connection with home and family, but the Sun is also an incredibly powerful card of positivity in the tarot as well. It uplifts all the positive energy of the surrounding cards in the spread, and it can lessen and sometimes even negate any negative, seemingly negative or challenging energy of any surrounding cards in a spread. So while for some of you this Tower card energy may be a little more challenging than others because it's a general reading, there's a lot of you watching different things going on in your lives, the Sun card lessens its impact and makes it a little bit easier to move through as well, because when the Sun comes out and illuminates, it shines, it clarifies things, it brings answers and solutions where previously there was none. It always represents an uplifting of energy too, a loosening up of previously restrictive energies. There's a strong theme of fun, of being out, perhaps in the sun, traveling, going on vacation, life, love, warmth, laughter. That's what the Sun brings, and it's accompanied and clarified with the Chariot, which is another beautifully, powerfully positive card. It's a card about moving forward in a very decisive, focused on your goals kind of energy, pulling together the resources that you need to make something move forward ahead in unison and harmony, which is what's bringing this uplifting of energy. It's a card about staying focused on your goals, not allowing anything to distract you or get in your way. It's a major, powerful card of success which comes from moving forward very powerfully, and it brings this uplifting of energy. Again, for advice for those of you, this Tower card and Ten of Cups energy, major changes perhaps going on in home and family, but going with it, rolling with it. The Tower card, whether it's a life-changing event that seems incredibly positive or one that seems maybe sometimes very challenging, it presents an opportunity for change here in your home and family environment, and really going with that and moving forward and taking that opportunity is what's going to bring perhaps an uplifting of energy that previously felt maybe kind of down and restrictive as well. And again, I feel like whatever this big change is going to be quite positive, and it's about your future. It's about moving into something better for you, your home, your family, perhaps if you have family. Again, I'm getting fertility for some of you, maybe an unexpected pregnancy, but it's a blessing. Marriage, home, moving in with someone for some of you, and really just whatever opportunities are presented, it's about powering through them and charging right ahead, staying focused on your goals. For those of you who are feeling any kind of a pressure or difficulty, negative challenges at the time, the sun, I feel like that a lot of that's going to be powerfully uplifted around the second week or so, the middle of the month of February 2018, time being fluid, of course. It's definitely time for new beginnings, time to power through. Some of you, this Tower card energy, I feel occurred maybe in January, the middle towards the end of the month of January, and but the advice is not to get stuck in difficult or challenging energy, but to power through that too, because we also have the Nine of Wands and the Empress here. The Nine of Wands is a card that can represent feeling, you know, like it can represent, I always call it the 11th hour card. It's the darkest before dawn card. It shows a soldier. This man has been through a lot of battles already, and he's close to the end of his journey, or this part of his journey, because we're at the 9 and 10s represent cycles ending. This block of wands behind him may represent an unexpected challenge, obstacle, delay of some kind. He's retreated back a little bit, not a full-blown retreat, he's just taken a step back. And it can be a card that represents feeling, oh, I'm tired, when is this ever going to be done, can I get through this? But it's a card that always has the energy of keep going, you're almost there. You can't see it because it's right around the curve, but it's right around the curve, it's right around the corner, you're almost there, power through it. You're almost at the end of this journey where you're transitioning into something else, and it's bringing new beginnings, the seeds for new beginnings, because it's accompanied by the major arcana card of the Empress, which is about fertility, nurturing. It can represent maternal energy as well. For some of you, it may represent a mother or a mother figure that you may be having some difficulty or some challenges with. Excuse me. It's a card which speaks of self-nurturing too. Make sure, for those of you who are going through any kind of a really challenging time, you're dealing with something that's happened recently with home and family that's challenging, even if you see it as more negative or more positive, make sure to take care of yourself. The Empress is a card that represents also taking care of yourself in a self-nurturing kind of way, doing things that make you feel better, recharged, energized. But primarily a card of fertility, which means the time is right to plant seeds to begin to grow something new. So for those of you who are maybe feeling a bit tired, a bit overwhelmed or worn out this month, power through, because you're just about there. You're transitioning into a new time in your life, which always is kind of challenging. It can sometimes be scary. The Empress is about, it's the green light. When she comes up, it's the green light for new beginnings, starting new things, manifesting new things as well. I mean, when I look at the elemental energy in your reading, Cancer, outside of the major arcana cards, it's mostly wands with one cup. Wands is a fire energy. It's the element of fire, and it's in the tarot. That's the suit of wands. And in the tarot, this energy of the suit of wands is about building things, creating, manifesting, growing. It's fluid, it's action-oriented, it's forward-moving, and you have beautiful success, news, and communication at the end of the month as well. New beginnings, it's planting new beginnings. You may be feeling like there's difficulty in starting something new. You may be trying to start something new or transitioning from something ending unexpectedly into something new, and it may feel like there's a delay, or it's going slow, or there's blockages in starting something new, but you're just about there. You're just about at that transition point. or that leaping off point, because at or towards the end of February 2018, Cancer, we have the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So I love the progression of this reading. The Six of Wands is victory and triumph after a struggle. It's also a card of public recognition. It can be formal public recognition, like, you know, being recognized for something in your job, promotion, you know, getting that bonus, being recognized by other people. But it is primarily a card of victory and achievement after some considerable struggle and challenge. And it's not a minor victory. This is a card which represents a major victory, because the struggle, the challenge has been difficult, but you have overcome, you have triumphed, you pushed ahead, you powered through whatever difficulties and challenges there were, and you absolutely won. You absolutely succeeded. And that energy is very strong at the end of the month. It's accompanied by the Eight of Wands, which is a card of, it can be a card of movement, travel. It's primarily a card of communication flowing back very powerfully. Sometimes it's a card that represents communication which it's on its way but hasn't landed yet. So for those of you who are waiting for news and messages towards the end of the month, it is coming. It's going to be there probably more towards the end of the month, but it definitely brings news, victory, success. You may be exchanging that, talking to a lot of people about this process. I think this was not a solo kind of journey, even though the majority of it may have been just you dealing with it yourself, but other people have been watching and were aware of it as well. Your overall energy and guidance for the month is Temperance, which is about staying in the middle, staying balanced, not going to extremes, staying focused, staying grounded, knowing who you are, what you are, knowing the path you're on is the right one, regardless of what's going on around you. It's like being in the middle of a seesaw or teeter-totter. When you're at the outside in, you're so prone to losing your balance because of things happening, other people's opinions. But when you're in the middle, when you know exactly where you are and that you're on the right path, it's about staying grounded. So in terms of advice for the month, because it looks like a very significant and powerful month, major changes happening for a lot of you around home and family. They may have already occurred and you're just in the midst of dealing with them right now. Some of you, I think a lot of you, these are powerful, building something new in your life. Could be fertility, pregnancy. Again, I already went through all of that. Some of you, it may be more on the challenging side, or viewed more as, you know, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm dealing with this. This is very hard. Don't try to keep a hold on your emotions. You know, remember Temperance, overall energy and guidance. Stay balanced. Don't make any significant decisions based purely on emotions of the moment. It looks like it's about whatever changes are happening, Cancer. You need to stay focused, balanced, grounded, as emotionally serene as you can. Don't make any spontaneous or impulsive decisions. Whatever path you're on, whatever guidance, wherever you feel compelled to, stay on that, regardless of what's going on the outside or other people's talk or opinions. By staying on the path that you know, that you feel is the right one, that's where you're going to achieve success. I feel like if there's been any restrictive or heavy energy, that's going to be lifting around the second week, the middle of the month or so. Again, by moving strongly ahead and staying focused on your goals and not allowing anything or anyone to get in your way. It's definitely about planting seeds for new beginnings. There may be some delays or challenges, but if you just push right through them, you're going to find that it's not going to take very long at or towards the end of the month. Lots of news and communication and conversations occurring. You have won. The victory is there at the end of the month, Cancer. Stay balanced, stay grounded. It looks like a beautiful month of change and opportunity for you. So Cancer, that pretty much wraps up your February 2018 general reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, that you found it helpful and useful at least. Stay focused and stay balanced. That's kind of the key words, and power through, don't stop. That's the kind of the key elements for February, Cancer. Again, if any of you would like to schedule a more personal, tailored just for you one-on-one reading, go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the About button for more information and my contact info. You can also find my contact info attached to the description of all of my videos. Email me at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I should be able to schedule a personal one-on-one reading for you from anywhere within a few days, it could be a few days if I get reschedules and cancellations, upwards of 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so, almost always within a couple of weeks or so period of time, we can set up a reading for you, because I do readings full time. And for, you know, those quick answers to quick questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo, and both of those contact details you'll find on all my videos. I will see you again in a couple of weeks for the February 2018 mid-month readings, Cancer. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.